Hey, I'm Ellie Holcomb, and I am a singer and a songwriter. I'm in a band with my husband, and then just recently started making my own records in the past couple of years. The one that I just saw was about sharing, and the two mice were fighting over this piece of cheese, and then Theo talks about like how we're supposed to be generous, and then they're fighting over it. They're like, no, you take it. No, you have it. No, you have it. I loved it. It made me laugh a lot, that's always good. A lot of times I start writing songs when I'm memorizing scripture because I love what the scripture is saying and I really want to remember it, but sometimes it's hard actually memorizing the exact words. So I'll start to write it. A melody will come in my head and I'll start singing it. So I was on a plane and memorizing this verse, and all of a sudden this melody came in my head, which is really embarrassing when you're on a plane because you're right next to other people who don't know you. So I remember pulling out my phone, and there's a little app on there called Voice Memo, and I hit record and I was singing as quietly as I possibly could, like leaning into the window, singing the melody for the song, hoping that I wasn't bothering the person next to me. So when I got off the plane, I listened to it and it sounded like, it was really funny. I couldn't really remember it at all, but thankfully the melody kind of stuck. And then I have a friend of mine who I've written a lot of music with this past year named Rusty Varenkamp, and I had written a lot of it just with the melody in my head, and took it to him, and he's a great piano player. And so he started playing this really great piano melody to kind of underscore it that I'd kind of heard, but I could never play it like he does on the keys. And so we kind of finished writing it together, sitting with 1 Corinthians 13 open, kind of saying, okay, Lord, how can we say this in a conversational but true way? And so we kind of finished writing it together from that song idea that started on a plane. God says that his word is alive and it's powerful and it doesn't come back void. And so for people to experience the promises of God that are written in his word is my highest hope for my music and for this record. Hopefully these songs will be something to help push back at the darkness. That's my hope for them, at least, that I'll be able to sing truth into the darkness that's in my life that I see in the world, and that maybe other people would be able to do that too. Kind of like little campfires everywhere in like a dark forest, pushing back at the darkness with the truth and with light. So I'm grateful that Theo does that as well. It would be that God's love and his mercy are sure. It's a sure bet. And so that's my hope, is to continue to pass down to her the truths that I treasure and that have changed me, and that she would know in the depths of her being that she is loved by the God of the universe. So to get to sing that to her and now with her almost as she dances along to some of these songs is one of my favorite things that I've ever done. And hopefully it will encourage a lot of other people too when they hear it. I remember my mom used to tell me if I was having a hard time with a teacher or a friend or one of my brothers or my little sister, the first thing she would say is, why don't you pray for him, Ellie? And it would make me so mad because that's not what I wanted to do when someone is hard to love. It's like the last thing you really want to do is pray for them. But I'm so glad that she told me that, because when you come before the God of the universe who created everything and created you and created that person that you're having a hard time loving, and you're seeing how he loves you and you're reminding yourself of how he loves them, it's really hard to stay frustrated with someone or to hate someone or to stay really angry, because you realize how much God has forgiven you and how much he's given you. And so praying for each other is a really good way to start. And usually, I don't know how much that changes other people necessarily, but when I pray for somebody else, it generally always changes me. And that's a really good start, is to for God to make a change in our own hearts. Okay, I can name Theo. I can name those little mice who are really funny, Belfry and Luther. And then there's a dog, but I don't know his name. I can't remember it. But he's cute. So this is the song I learned in elementary school that I still know to this day. Love, joy, and peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faith, gentleness, and self-control. These are the fruits of the Spirit of God.